Hello there, Aries. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's going to be for Aries for June of 2020. Now we're 6 months into the year. For everybody who's new out there, we pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month. And we pull angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. So everybody out there named Aries, that is an Aries, is now named Frankie, I guess, for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and rising sign. You'll get a more comprehensive view of the month. And I don't think the cards are going to go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month, kind of like an overall theme. Now, I have a short message for us, and it's like reach out. Reach out to those that are close to us. I mean, personally reach out. I know maybe in June a lot of us still aren't allowed to get out, and you can't do a lot of face-to-face conversation, but we could talk on the phone. We could stay. When I mean close to us, I mean close, like within our distance, like walking distance, local distance, that kind of thing. It's that kind of feeling, or the people that are personally close to us, and us having the initiative to make that contact. That's what it feels like, and that doesn't feel bad. It kind of actually feels real good, like we are Aries and we're on top of it and we care. It's that kind of energy. But our first card on the, oops, I forgot to tell you your angel words for this month. They're really good. Harmony, expansiveness, understanding, adventure, and resilience. But this card comes up in the middle of it, so I'm thinking we better be really resilient, because this little baby here is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is kind of like the Two of Swords, where the lady has her arms crossed in front of her chest, and that means that they are closed, they can't see what's going on around them. The Eight of Swords is different in the manner that in the two, they're in denial, right? And in this card, they know what choices they have to make, but there's kind of like a feeling that I'm being trapped into this, that being unable or unwilling to choose something, therefore I'm staying in this painful kind of state, and that's on the bottom of the deck, so kind of a overall view of it. But I don't think of it as like being negative in that manner, because the woman supposedly in this card has sand all around her under her feet. So these 8 swords that are all around her are in sand. She could bump them over, with her shoulder. She could do a lot of things. So there's, it's like a barrier, but it's almost a false barrier, is the way that it feels this month, because it's a situation that's causing us pain, right? But we are not, is the way they're saying it. We are not without like the ability to change the whatever it is a matter, to change the matter. So a bad situation is temporary, and we have the ability or the chance to make a choice. All we have to do is knock those swords over, pull off this blindfold here, but this one, her mouth is even top covered, so she's not speaking up for herself, not, her, himself, these are general readings, not speaking up, not saying what we want, closing our eyes to it, and not making the change or choice that we want to make. So it's like that see nothing, know nothing, when we know exactly what choice we have to make. And if you think about it, right there, that would build our resilience. It would give us more understanding about the situations that are around us and bring more harmony. It's like make the change I have to make, and then go forward from here, because I can see. If I take off this blindfold, I can see exactly what it is that I need to do. So it's that kind of energy, you know, and I'm thinking if we can pull off that blindfold and see what it is we need to do, why in the world would it bother us in any way, shape, or form? It feels like that, because this is an excellent card here. Looking down here and I'm thinking, what an invention, or what an adventure, and the word harmony with it. So it's a happy card. It means we've established some kind of secure, solid, um, like sense in our life, feet on the ground financially, both with our business, with our family, and the people that are close to us. So our work and our planning have paid off, and we're like enjoying it, enjoying the fruits of our labor. So this month it's kind of emphasizing home, family at this point, and we've succeeded in establishing in a business or some kind of really secure, is the thing I want to say. Secure type of income. Sometimes with this card we can build a new home. We could buy something, that we wanted, like a property, or build a second home, like a vacation home sometimes, and I know finances have been tight, but things are looking up. Maybe for a lot of us, this card meant that we made it through a very rough or a trying time, and we still can make it even further. So it's an excellent, excellent card. So family matters at the forefront, family, um, ha, you know, family, friends, things like that, and would have the leisure time, um, to concentrate on the things that are important to us, is what I want to say. Like the things that, are personal and important to us, probably like our financial affairs. That would be a good thing about it, our own personal, our own financial affairs, and the time and the wherewithal to take that time, right, in order to be able to do it. And it feels good, because with these words, it feels like I'm building up my resilience. I have for most of us, have family, friends, and for the others of us that we're still, maybe in quarantine, we're going to reach out. Like our original message, reach out to people that we love, stay local. They're saying it's local, like within my home, within my friendship circle, within my own neighborhood, like local things, be having enjoyable conversations, that kind of stuff. Because our next card here is the Queen of Cups. Now this is going to be male or female too, because these are general readings. It's going to be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio type energy, and this is a really, really good person, like the loving wife or husband, the best friend, somebody who's really smart and knowledgeable in the ways of love and caring, and being receptive to other people, and approachable. That's the big thing, approachable. Not afraid to approach them if I needed help or something like that. It's any kindly person that would be in our lives. That's usually someone who has the water in their chart, like I said, but you know, if you're a man watching this, sometimes this can be the person that you really love. But it can be the person you really love if you're a woman too, because they're generous, they're kind, their psychic ability is highly, developed, because it's a queen. It's mature, so they're very, very accurate about it, but they temper that with really good judgment, with common sense. If it's us, it may mean that maybe there's something we want to do that concerns some kind of a creative endeavor or something like that. or something with a really big emotional tone to it, or emotional thing, attitude, around it, that has our interest, that we believe is going to be possible and probable if it's not like a person. Now, I can kind of, in a way, see this reading as a possible, like, love reading, like changing from one partner to another partner type energy. Maybe, because I was in denial, one thing was wrong because of the way the cards are coming up here. So for some of us, this may just be, like a severing of one relationship and going into another, maybe a settlement, maybe seeing what was wrong in our life, and then finally deciding in some manner, like, I'm going to confront this, or I'm going to change it in some way. So maybe some old relationships will be talked out during this time, and made better or new. That it's that kind of energetics, because our next card here is the Ace of Swords. So we have 2 ones. That 10 reduces down to 1. Fresh new beginnings, new starts. This is triumph over difficulties by using our brain, our, like common sense. Triumphs over difficulties through using your noggin and thinking things through. So it's a major breakthrough coming in our life. So a new lifestyle coming into being. We achieve this opportunity because of our will, and using our brains and our minds, to get there, prosper at a very high level. That's what I want to say. Really thinking things through, and we Aries do that. We do it very well. We think, we plan, we're deliberate. I feel we can do just about anything at all that we put our minds to, and if we can't, we research it and figure out a way that we're going to do it. So we get a lot of prosperity from this card, new development, right? Especially like if it's spiritual growth, all that follows with this new direction in our life. It's like we're at a pivot point, but I'm saying it in that way because this can be like the new direction in our life, but it also is a sword of truth. So if something was being hidden from me, you know, with that original Eight of Swords card there, all of a sudden it would be becoming, how do I want to say this? Becoming extremely clear, might make us go in a totally different direction than the one we were planning on to begin with. It's that kind of idea. So the card itself can be a birth. All aces are birth, period. But this ace can be a birth of an idea, a birth of an enterprise, because it's swords energy, which is air energy, or like I said, the birth of a child. So some of us may be having babies, or finding out that we're pregnant this month, but we're in a position of power with the possibility this month of manifesting whatever it is we want. Even our philosophy about life in some kind of a new way, that's going to bring us more harmony, more harmony, more expansiveness, more energetics that come, that to move us forward. Is that's what I want to say, and I think we're going to understand our this month. I'm sorry, this computer is glitching for some reason. It's like my face is stopping and starting, and it looks really silly. I'm like, all right, but I'm staring at myself. Anyhow, our next card here is the Knight of Pentacles, and that's excellent card too. It's a very calm type of energy. Now it's going to be male or female, Uh, this one's going to be earth energy, so it's going to be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Could be the new person coming into some of our lives, maybe replacing the Queen of Cups, or the person we were leaving and going towards that Queen of Cup energy for some of us. But for others of us, this is going to just be brought in with that Ace of Swords energy, like brought into us is the way they want me to say. So it's someone with the spirit of adventure. Just like our word down here, it's like we have adventure, spirit of adventure, expansion, expansiveness, growth, that kind of energy, arrivals, departures. It can mean travel. For some of us, travel may be open, but with all of that, they are very materially minded. They want that money. They want the way to make that money. Some of us may be being called to get into this kind of energy because we have that Ten of Pentacles, and if it's someone around us, we could give them any chore or task, like somebody maybe we worked with. They wouldn't take it on themselves because it's a little bit more immature, but if you gave them instructions and said, could you do this for me? They would be the one that would go do it for me, but wouldn't start it on their own. Ask the question. If the Knight of Pentacles in your life, ask the question, they will, do the thing that I've asked them to do. It's that kind of energetics around here. And if he's not a person in our lives, it's a situation in our lives involving like arrivals and departures. So we could quit a job to make more money somewhere else, and a lot of us will do that during this time, move to another place when travel's open, or um, move to a different locale, or travel to somewhere for a different job, or maybe for the same reason. We experience a lot of other changes related to our money. And the deal is, I'm thinking those are good changes with that Pentacle card in here, you know. So this could be a work energetics for us. It could be relationship energetics for some of us, but whatever it is, it brings this kind of, like our words down here, balance. It brings harmony, brings all that kind of energetics to it, and especially with the Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups energy, maybe some of us are being called forward. Sorry, Aries, you don't have to answer the phone. Called forward to take on that kind of loving, kind, how do I want to say it? Loving, kind, sweet type of energy, an energetics that's more expansive, like our word down here, more adventurous, more all-inclusive of the people that we love, that we care for, and us reaching out towards them, like the message that we got originally, and not being angry or volatile or fighting type energy, because the Queen of Cups is really soft. And a lot of us right now are going through some really trying situations, and people can get into arguments, all that kind of energy, and we want to come out of it on the other side with this calmness of purpose and this ability to reach out, and stay in harmony and balance with everybody, and maybe kind of too find out who's on my side this month, who isn't on my side, I think dealing with these global situations that we're dealing with, a lot of us are going to come to terms with that. It's the energy. Who was with me? Who called me up on the phone? And maybe I didn't call them. It's going to be like, who do I want to actually have around me and keep in my life? It's all that kind of flow through. And what do I want to do about my job? What about my relationships? If they're not going well, what am I not seeing? You know, it's all that energy. Now that I'm out of work, did I really like that job? You know, for some of us, last month was tough, and some of us had to work at home. Maybe we liked it more, you know. It's all that kind of energy. But there is still that chaotic, argumentative, is what I want to say, energy now floating around in the atmosphere. So we might want to, you know, calm it down, go back inside, and make the decisions based from how we feel now. Things have changed so much. How do I feel now? It's that kind, that's how what they're wanting me to say. You know, if there was anger or argument, how do I feel now? Maybe I'm not in that same, what do I want to say, frame of mind now, you know? It's going to be a really good month, but I feel a lot of change energetics in the air, and I think it's going to be good for us because taking off that blindfold right from the get-go is going to help us make the changes that we want. You know, as far as I'm concerned, oh gosh, our angel card is innocence. I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah, maybe some of us were in an argument. We are fire signs and we can go off if we want to. Usually we don't. We hold our temper, but we can. It says, beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shroud your loving outlook, and enjoy the peace within your heart once more. That good gravy, Aries, that kind of goes with the message they were just giving me here at the end of the reading. I'm like, oh, and then up comes innocence. Let me find it here for you. It says this card comes as a reassurance that the situation and the people involved are guiltless. If you've been harboring guilt, release it to the angels. Well, I can't turn the page here. Release it to the angels of all the emotions. Guilt has the lowest vibration, so it attracts negativity. If you're judging others' guilt, this card reminds you to see the godliness within them and heal the situation. You don't necessarily, like I was telling you, have to continue the relationship with anyone you distrust. However, it's necessary to purge toxic thoughts and emotions for your own well-being. The angels ask that you consider any misunderstandings were an innocent mistake. See the other's point of view, forgive yourself, release regrets. An argument you may have had was based on a misunderstanding. Honor the inner child within yourself and look past surface illusions and see the underlying spiritual truth of perfection and divine order. And that Ace of Swords energy tells us that. Look, you know, because it's a double-edged sword of truth. So look underneath a little bit. Queen of Cups has that kind of energetics to do that. Well, Aries, that's our reading for this month, and I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. If anybody wants to know more about me or just go neb about me, or if you want to set an appointment with me, all the information's down below at the website. And over at the website are two short videos. One explains a prayer class I put out there for you. It's comprehensive. It tells you how to structure prayers. It's 2.5 hours long and why you do them that way. The other classes, the sutra classes, I put out there for you too. That enhances the clear perceptions dramatically, and the videos about that are over at the website too. And to everybody I met through 4 whole years of doing YouTubes now, all of you I've met through 32 years of doing this work, I want to tell you how it's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve you. Hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.